Alright, so today we are starting off at the Kendall Hospital at the ER side, which is now completely blocked off. There is no use, and it seems that many of these skeletons were not reaching inside the emergency department, as it does not exist. Now, let's take a little flyby around the building. It is connected to this parking lot over here that you can explore. Occasionally, it is occupied by blood bugs. There isn't too much in the way of loot anywhere, but you can use it to navigate some of the more dangerous wildlife that you can find around the hospital. Now, it only has two entrances. One is this door right here. The other is over at the exit. Although it is barred, so technically you can't use it until you complete the dungeon. You will be sent here by the railroad, indicated by their little sign here. This was one of their safe houses. And once you explore it and get rid of the raiders inside, you see another entrance that you cannot use. There's a few other corridors. There's also the unmarked cathedral behind it, as well as many ghouls occupying the graveyard. Now, before we head inside, I do want to show you that there is a little room up on the roof. Contains some casings, but apart from the construction signs and the cases, there is nothing of any loot on the roof of the building. Everything is inside. Now, let's head on in, shall we? So as I said, there's some bloat flies running about, some dead raiders, and this door is blocked. But don't worry, we can head on inside. Now we're inside the ruins of the hospital. It used to be a railroad safe house until the synths discovered them, and after that, some raiders showed up. It's not clear whether the synths had left the place and then the raiders occupied, or the raiders killed the remaining synths, although it's more than likely that the synths came, they eradicated the railroad, and the raiders picked up the pieces. Unlocking this little novice terminal will give you a slightly easier route. Ha, only joking. It opens a door, which you discover very quickly will not give you an easier route. Grab the bottle cap, man, before moving in to your first obstacle. There's a couple of raiders, and a body that drops from above. The raiders won't be too happy to your presence, though. They'll immediately be hostile, as with all raiders in the game, and you'll have to explain to them why you're there, with force. Although, this one appears to be looking through a little chem stash.
Cut down on the jet, I guess. Now don't start talking crazy.
Looking around, you can see that there's not much left of the hospital. No, it certainly was a well-fortified position. But when a load of synths, even gem 1s and 2s, and of course are barreled down on top of you, there is not all that much you can do to stem the tide of such a dangerous force attacking you. Inside here, though, there is a terminal that will activate a first responder protectron that could draw some of the fire away from you as you're pursuing this objective. There's an advanced lock safe, as well as about 4 or 5 raiders in this room. There's a book return terminal and a weapons workbench if you need either of them. Be sure to grab the little chem box underneath the stairs before walking by some more raiders. The most dangerous of which you will find in the next section. Be sure to take advantage of the bed here if you're doing survival. The next bit is pretty deadly. This turret can also be a bit of a problem, as it has a bit of a vantage point. I never noticed the body falling down, but if you walk in fast enough, there's always a body that falls down. So I'm imagining a raider throws it or something. They're cleaning the place up, so to speak. But you can find some synths around the place. The railroad obviously put up a bit of a fight. The courser that was more than likely present wiped out everyone without much of a problem, and the overwhelming number of gem 1s. It's pretty hard to combat. Opening the hatch here, you can see that we're actually going up to the next level. Bringing us into the main section of the hospital. There's a very deadly encounter at the bottom, so be very careful. Seems someone in here was playing a little bit of a game very recently. There's a lit cigarette, and they have some turret emplacements. Perhaps these were turrets that weren't turned on as the railroad attacked, and the raiders found them deactivated. That is a possibility, because when you're assaulting the switchboard, Deacon does mention that they had time to turn the defenses on, meaning that they could also maybe not have time to turn the defenses on, as the synths come hard and fast, and there's not that much you can do when they barrel down on top of your safe house here. So this place looks rather complicated, but it's not really. One simple lap, the route can cover most of it. Be sure to check every corner. You never know what you might find. Ammo, weapons, explosives. There is a particularly deadly raider. That one over there has a missile launcher and 6 missiles. Very, very annoying. I have died many a time, and in the permadeath run I haven't even attacked this place. 2 bottle cap mines can be found. I haven't even assaulted this place because of the difficulty posed by that single raider. 6 missiles, like, you know, pretty tough to deal with. This was an elevator at some point until it completely collapsed. Once you make a good run and jump here, you can get behind the raider. They have an additional missile, so after they use 6, you might think you're safe. They'll grab that and make short work of it. Remember, raiders will grab weapons from their fallen comrades, so even if you believe you've killed him, if he drops his missile launcher and another raider gets even so much as in touching distance, he will immediately grab it and then proceed to use it on you. There is that advanced lock door you can open. Alternatively, just come the route I just showed you. You get a syringer rifle and a wooden crate and some other things laying around. The raiders do love to dagger at these places. There's a little doggo here who might pose a little bit of a problem as he pursues you.
Keep telling him we're running low on supplies.
There is about a dozen raiders here, so it's close quarters around the edges of this particular hospital, while the open area with the missile launcher is just devastating to anyone that's unprepared. But even with full adamantium skeleton, you may still succumb to a direct hit from a missile launcher, or even an indirect one at that. As I said, normally you will come here during the railroad quest line. See if anyone comes. Nope. Cash register full of money. The medical system working away at its at its finest. No traps in the bathroom though. The railroad don't seem to use that tactic too much. Gunners on the other hand, well, they love doing that sort of thing. Now your next step is actually to jump down to here and then to here, at which point you'll hear something crawling its way. He guards the circuit breaker, which is your only way out of here. You can have a little look around. Apart from the railroad agents just strewn across the place, you grab the fusion core, press that, and boom, we're into our final room. Steamer trunk full of goodies for you, for your troubles. Some more supplies, and then the exit out to Cambridge. Despite it being so far down, or such a strange part of the hospital, you basically have only went a floor of difference. Now, of course, where are we on the map? Kendall Hospital is located in the centre of Cambridge. It's very close to the Cambridge Police Station, Cambridge Crater, and Watts Consumer Electronics, as well as the CIT ruins. Thank you for watching.